When you get to your site, you're going to want to back the unit in on the area that you find to be the flattest. And every site's a little bit different. Some are going to be pretty flat, some are going to be a little hilly. So underneath here is everything that you kind of need for leveling. You have some boards. In here you have some, they're like Lego pieces that you can fit together. And when you back up into the site, first you're going to want to level the trailer left to right, and then you're going to want to level it front to back. So there's a handy dandy leveler in here. And the best way to measure if you're level left to right is to put this on the back bumper, and then it'll show you kind of how far you're off and how many boards you need. And then you'll slide those boards straight underneath your tire and re-back up until you're level. Once you get it level side to side, then you can put this level inside the camper unit to level it front to back. And you'll level it front to back by have the unit leveled side to side. That's when you can put your chocks in. A chock is either going to look like this in between the two tires, or it may look like one of these underneath the tire. And that'll keep your camper from running away on you. You've leveled left to right and you have your chocks in. Now it's time to level front to back. And that you use this hitch raiser and lower on a board and just raise it and lower it until you get it level. After you have your unit leveled left to right, front to back, you have the chocks in. Now you're going to go around, and these little guys here, these are called stabilizer bars. In here is going to be your ratchet, I guess, and you're going to just drop those down. There's a big alert. These are not for leveling. Don't use these to level. They're not strong enough. These are simply stabilizers so that when you're in the unit and you're walking, it doesn't feel wobbly. So once everything's in place, then you can drop these levelers down. So for the propane, once you get to where you're going, you'll lift this bad boy off. And it'll show you which one is currently supplied. You're just going to open that up. And then you can go inside and turn on the stove to bleed the line. And you'll only need the propane for if you're going to use the stove, or if you don't have electric hookup, it'll be for the refrigerator. Okay, so now we're going to go around the outside of the unit and show you some of the things that you'll need once you get to your destination. So after you have the camper leveled, you're going to go around and connect all of your water and electric. Inside this first cubby is where you're going to find your water hose. So connect that to your city water connection on your site. And that's going to go right here to the city water connection on your unit. Now, if you don't have a city water connection on your site available, right here is where you're going to fill your water with the potable water. It holds about 20 to 30 gallons, and you'll put the water right in there. Upon leaving the campsite, if there's any water left in here, you can drain it at the low point drain, and you just turn that on, and you can actually drive away because it's all clean water. It'll just drain out as you drive. But that's only if you're filling it by hand and not using the city water connection. So right back here is going to be your electric connection. This will get plugged into your electric on the site. Otherwise, if you don't have electric on the site and you rented a generator from us, or you have a generator, this is going to go right into the generator. Sometimes people put them really far in. You don't need to put it back that far in. When you leave the site, you're responsible for dumping your own tank, and the sewer hose is right here by the sewer hose. You're going to take this bad boy out and connect it to the low point drain here, and the hose will go down into the poop tank. When you flush this unit, there's two. There's a black and there's a gray. You're going to want to pull the black one first because that's the poop. Then after that one drains out, you can do the gray one. That one's your dirty water for washing dishes and stuff. So then that kind of flushes the poop clean out of there, giving us a better smelling unit. To open up your expandable beds, it's super easy. You're just gonna get somebody taller than me to open this and just crank it open on both sides, and that bed is just gonna lay right down. Unlike a pop-up, there is no bar that you have to put underneath it. So open them up, lay it down, and you'll be good to go. Now, once you arrive at your destination, you will probably want to put your awning out. Honestly, on these older units, the manual awnings are the most frustrating part of setting up a unit, but it's necessary. So there's two things I'll point out to you. There is a safety up on the right-hand side that you push to release the awning. And on the other side, when you go to fold it up, there's a safety on that side to pull it in. In the middle will be a black cord. That's used to pull the awning out. The rest is really a whole bunch of jiggling and jaggling until you get it to where it is. That's just kind of the nature of the manual awning. You'll figure it out. You might have to drink a beer or two while you figure it out, but once it's up, it's easy. The only thing we ask is if it starts to get windy or bad weather, that you pull the awnings in. They can rip off easy in the wind.